I'm sexy and I know it.
Hello my besties, how are you? Welcome to my DIY channel. I'm so excited because I'm bringing to you today DIYs with the Dollar Tree wooden plaques. I know how much you love these pieces because, you know, we don't spend much, yet they look so high-end when we're done with them, right? So I hope you like this. If you do, please press thumbs up. And also, if you've not subscribed yet, please do so. Become my bestie. That way we will be in touch and you won't miss any of the future videos coming up, okay? Let's get started. Okay, Tweety? You hear that, birdie? Always wants to steal the show.
First, we are going to work on the shamrock shape, but really you can use this as inspiration for any other shape you might have. Here are some shapes that I've done in the past. I'll provide a link for you in the description box below. I love using scrapbook paper for these because it makes it very easy and you get all these fun patterns that you like. When Hobby Lobby has a sale, you can get 4 for $1. Dollar Tree also sells pattern paper, but if you gotta pay $1.25, I think it's a bit much. Also, you're gonna need some Mod Podge and paint. First, I'm going to paint green around the hearts. And I love green. I don't know if you remember, I had painted a little track green back in the fall. It came out so cute. I'll provide a link for you in the description box as well. Next, you are going to press the paper against the edges of your shapes. This way you could see exactly where to cut it out. And you know, I love the pop of black and white. And I also love some cheetah. I know it would seem like an odd combination, right? But I think between the green toning it down, it all works together, in my opinion. But of course, you can do any patterns that you like. You know, these are just so fun and easy to make. Hobby Lobby had this adorable sign out for Valentine's. I loved it. I was gonna get it, but then I look at the price. What? $14? No, thank you. Look, we can make a similar sign for less than $2. All you have to do is paint those hearts with Mod Podge. They will stick perfectly. Smooth it out and cover it with a top coat of Mod Podge. And if you like to hang your heart outside, then look into getting a Mod Podge for outdoors. If you like to hang your sign, you can attach a jute hanger or a bead hanger. That would be so pretty. Or you can put it on a wreath. And I have a grapevine here, as well as some shamrock bushes from the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I used them in the swag last year, and so many of you love that swag. And we are going to make a beautiful bow out of these ribbons. What do you think? I think it's a perfect match. The cheetah ribbon is from Hobby Lobby, and the design is actually embossed. I love that. Please give me cheetah emojis so I'm gonna know how many of you actually like this pattern. We're gonna make a very simple bow. First, we measure a tail about 6 inches. Yeah, that should be enough pinch. We're going to measure 12 inches, fold it and pinch. That's a 6-inch loop. And we're going to make 3 like this. Cut it off and tie it with a pipe cleaner or a piece of floral wire. Fluff it up a little bit Put your hand through each loop. You can move the tails down like this if you like. We are going to make 2 more using the same idea, just maybe a little bit smaller or less loops. It's your choice, really. So this is 11 inches, so 5.5-inch loop. And I'm gonna do just 2. And we are going to tie this bow on top of the first one. Let's make one more. This time we're going to measure 10 inches, that's 5-inch loops. And let's tie that on top of our bow. And if you like, you can add even more ribbon. But as you can see, it's very easy, doesn't even require much fluffing, you know, you just want to fix up those loops a little bit, cut the fishtails, and you're pretty much done here. That's why I like to call this pretty simple ribbon, because it's pretty and simple to make. But if you feel like you are bow challenged, you want to check out the Bestie Bow tutorial, because it really is the easiest bow out there. We just have to move this pipe cleaner from the front to the back, and if you like, you can use that to attach it to your wreath or add another pipe cleaner if this is not long enough. You can twist tie it a couple more times in the back, fluff it up, and look at that pretty bow. Let me show you how quickly we can make a pretty wreath. All we have to do is take 2 shamrock bushes or any flower bushes you might have, side by side like this. We're going to attach to our wreath. We can use a zip tie or a wire here. Fluff up and bend in an arch shape. And if you see those bottom of the stems sticking out, you can cut them off. And then all you have to do is just attach your bow in the center, just like so. And you already have a beautiful swag. Not only you can put it on your wreath, but you can also put it on your lantern or on your mailbags, really anywhere. Look how beautiful that looks. And how quickly and inexpensively we made that, right? Look at that. Gorgeous. We are going to use it on the wreath with our beautiful clover sign that we made. Look how pretty. I just love it. Make your marks with the pencil when you like the placement. And we are going to attach the floral wire in the back to create little ties. And you had seen me do this dozens of times, right? We just use a little bit of hot glue, actually a lot of hot glue, and put a band-aid on it, just like so. Twist tie it to your wreath when dry. Oh no, we didn't use those holes at the top, so I gotta cover them. I'm just gonna use some hot glue because I don't have any putty and paint over them. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. Then I insert the floral wire underneath the zip tie and attach my swag on the side of the wreath. Fluff it up And all we need now is a little cherry on top. How about this green birdie, huh? So pretty. I would appreciate some clover emojis if you like this quick. Are they leprechauns gnomes that have a holiday? First, I'm going to separate the bottoms and going to make a pattern for you, just in case you can't get these at your Dollar Tree. It will be available in my private group, My DIY Besties, on Facebook. You will be able to print these out on regular size paper and then cut them out of the foam board, like I had done with the other gnomes in a previous video. And to transform these gnomes, we are going to use paints, and you can get your paints for 50 cents a bottle at Walmart. And again, some scrapbook paper, any pattern that you like, and some Mod Podge. First, we are going to paint their beard and the hair orange. Next, we are going to trace around and cut out the jeans for the boy and a dress for the girl. We're gonna have to cut around her shoes, so I'm just marking, around the edges and cutting that area out. Next, we are going to cut out a coordinating hat for him. Press down around his nose and cut that area out as well. And next we are going to cut out a cheetah hat for her. And again, press down around her nose and cut that area out as well. Since we still have some cheetah pattern left, let's cut out the shoes for him. He's gonna be so cool and stylish. And for her, we are going to make buffalo check shoes. I think I would love a pair of buffalo check shoes. Before we dress them up, let's paint their noses pink. And for their faces, actually the girl's face will be visible. We just add a lot of white to that pink, so it's very pale. Touching up with some orange wherever I went over it. Next, I'm going to make a design of the braid using hot glue. You had seen me do this technique a year or so ago on the wooden basket. Remember that? I'm just gonna improvise here because I'm not exactly sure how to make it look like a braid, but I'm sure I'm gonna get like a 3D effect, and that's most important. Next, I'm going to paint some waves and curls on his beard. And now we are going to go in with the brown paint, dry brush, and just go over all the designs and make some streaks over there. And like expected, or even better, this really brought these guys to life. I love it. Okay, let's get them dressed using Mod Podge. Oh no, looks like my naughty bird was here. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it like this because ripped jeans are in style, right? I'm gonna use some wood glue from the Dollar Tree and attach these parts together. Of course, use some hot glue as well for a faster bond. Animal ribbon? What animal is a buffalo check? Anyway, we are going to make some bows because look at that. Silly me didn't realize, those braids don't just come out of her chin. I should have painted it all the way up to the hat. So now I'm going to cover that area up with cute little bows. Here's a good trick. Measure the distance between her ear and a nose, fold it in half to get a perfect size loops for her. Next step is optional, but I got this ink pad at a Target dollar spot, and I thought maybe I'll distress the edges a little bit. Just go over the edge like that. And since I couldn't fit in under the curve over there, I used my brush and just painted it lightly. And then I distressed their noses a little bit as well. I'm going to add a little Shamrock to his hat. And of course, Tweety wants to join in on the action. Tweety, come here. Explain yourself. Did you rip the Leprechaun's jeans? Admit it. I know you did it. Next, we are going to paint her lips with some Sharpie marker. Please don't do this at home. Sharpie is not that great for your lips, but for her it works. It's just the perfect color for her skin tone and her braids. Oh my goodness, I think she has a hair sticking out of her nose. Must be from my paintbrush. And then I decide to give her some freckles. I think freckles are pretty. Natural beauty, right? Let's give him some too, why not? I went to the Dollar Tree the other day and I found this long wooden sign. Home is where our story begins. I'm going to use a stencil and some paint and change it up a little bit. At first, I painted over the word home, and I wanted to change it to GNOME. But you know what? I realized I'm not too crazy about this saying. And Tweety just won't give it up. I'm gonna paint her beak black, yes. Or better yet, maybe you want a makeover, Tweety. Would you like to look like a black crow? Don't argue with me, little lady. So I was gonna do the word GNOME, and I checked how the stencil works, and it really came out great. I love how this letter looks, but I don't like the saying, so I decided to paint over the whole thing and just start from scratch. I measured 3 inches from each end and started painting the first and the last letter, and so on, going to the middle. By the time I finished on one side, the other letter had dried, and I didn't have to wait and continued painting. Of course, I could have used my cutting machine, but I realized that not everyone has one, yet everyone can get a Dollar Tree pen stencil, right? So this is really inexpensive way to create your own custom signs. And you know what? I didn't stress it at all. Wherever I messed up, I had my black paint brush. I just touched it up and continued. Oh no, how did I calculate this? The space is too big and I have only one word left, I. So I have to get creative, maybe put that little shamrock here. What do you think? It's gonna have to do it because I'm not repainting the whole right side. I think it's actually so cute. Sometimes things just happen for a reason, right? Because that sign just looks so much better with the clover in the middle.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Lucky and I know it. I had seen it on a t-shirt before and I loved it, so made this fun sign. Of course, you can make anything else that makes you happy. I'm going to use the little wood cubes and attach these gnomes to the top of the cute sign that we just made. Again, using the combination of the wood glue and hot glue to attach these. Take a look at the finished project and let me know if they're not the cutest couple on YouTube right now. By the way, do you decorate for... If you did, please press thumbs up and also consider subscribing. That way you won't miss the future videos coming up, okay? Thanks so much for watching. Love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
You guys are just two peas in a pod, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't actually like peas. I don't know what pods is, but I'm pretty much my mom's best friend.
These videos, excuse me, these are not for you. Excuse me, excuse me.